Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new video for you all today. So today we have another 10,000 Bone Bolt video, and this time we use 10,000 Bone Bolts on TzHaar monsters. Now, unfortunately, we did not do the TzHaar monsters inside the actual city. Unfortunately for me, I forgot to read up on this before I did this video, so I used about 8,000 Bone Bolts on these TzHaar monsters right here, and someone in my comment section of my last video mentioned that Mr. No Sleep, you need to do the Fight Caves mini quest in order to access the Obsidian monsters that drop armor pieces. So at that point, I just figured that I would use the remaining 2,000 Bone Bolts and just wrap up this video and then redo this 10,000 Bone Bolt video on the TzHaar monsters until I get a full Obsidian set. And I can use that Obsidian set for things like raids and Nightmare Zone and other things on an Iron Man account. I guess the idea behind this 10,000 Bone Bolt series is we are definitely going to get an untrimmed HP cape first on this Iron Man account, and I'll probably stop this series once I reach like 97 or 98 range on this account, all from just using a bone crossbow. I've always wanted to have an untrimmed HP cape, and I never did manage to get one on my main, so I feel like it's going to be nice to get it on my Iron Man, and this series definitely gets me closer and closer to that goal, so that's nice. And as it goes for the new TzHaar monster video, I'm going to be working on that probably in the next 2 days. This video should have been uploaded much sooner, and I do apologize for that. Unfortunately, my grandmother got really sick around Christmas time, and she's been in the ICU for quite a while, so her condition is getting much worse, and I've just been spending a lot of time at the hospital. Really haven't been on RuneScape that much, so that is why some of my videos did get sidetracked. I do have 30 hours of Cerberus coming out tomorrow afternoon, and I also have 30 hours of fishing anglerfish coming out one day after that, and also the new TzHaar video should be out shortly after that. So hopefully this will be a good week leading into a good year. It's actually a new year, and this is my first video of that new year, so happy 2018 to all of you guys, and Merry Christmas if you celebrated it. I don't really have any big plans for 2018 as a YouTuber. I think 100,000 subscribers has always been my main goal since I started, so as long as I get closer and closer to that, hopefully uploading good content for you guys all through this year. I guess that's like my only wish as it goes for 2018. And I do want to say that I have a very big video planned for 2018 as it goes for my big video of the year. I think my big video of the year last year was the 100 hour of Slayer video, kind of a recap of the 100 hour stream. And also I think my biggest video for the year of 2016 was probably picking flax for 30 hours. And the real question is, what do we have planned for this year as it goes for the big video? And that is a good question, and the answer is loot from 1,000 hours of Revenants. I'm hoping that 3 months of committing my time at Revs will lead to one of the biggest loot videos of all time on Old School RuneScape, especially as it goes for semi-new content. So at the same time, I hope to earn enough money for a twisted bow. And I think in general, it's just a really great thing to stream Revs, so it's going to help out a lot on Twitch. And at the same time, I will be making videos on my Iron Man progress videos, 30-hour videos, as well as 10,000 Bone Bolt videos. That way you guys won't be stuck without any uploads for a while. And I do want to mention that there is new content coming into the game, such as rune dragons, adamant dragons, and just a lot of new monsters in general, especially in the early months of the new year. So we are going to be doing 30 hours of those monsters as soon as they come out, probably on release, such as we did with Revenants, because I saw how well that went last time. So we're going to continue the cycle on that. As soon as new content gets released into the game, we will go for a 30-hour loot video or a 30-hour of just doing the content, whatever it may be. So be on the lookout for that, as well as just videos in general. I do have a lot of creative ideas for this coming year, and hopefully it's going to be something else, and this channel will just keep growing and growing. Alright, so now that you guys are updated on anything and everything, let's get into today's video. So 10,000 Bone Bolts used on TzHaar monsters. As you can see, the inventory here is looking pretty nice. I would say my RNG for this video is not bad at all. We started at 82 range and we ended at 85, so decent 3 range levels there. It took about 29.5 hours to do this. Didn't take that long at all, just a couple days of AFKing. And a little fun fact for you guys, this area was actually the place where rank 1 range and Old School RuneScape Metal Shadow did all of his 200 million range XP simply by safe spotting the exact way that I'm doing here. So this is definitely a very old school method to training your range level by safe spotting. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty pointless to do on an Iron Man account unless you're killing the TzHaar monsters that drop the actual armor. Obsidian weapons are not that useful for an Iron Man. I mean, the Obsidian sword is, but I don't believe the mace or the maul is, depending on what your Iron Man account is for. But if you're just looking to kill these to AFK and get a little bit of range levels and also make some money on the side, then I think that the overall price check that we're about to get into is going to be a good indication of the profit that you can look at per hour. Obviously, you really don't need a lot of money to do this. You just need a Dorgeshan crossbow and bone bolts, and bone bolts are virtually worthless these days. So the overall loot from 10,000 bone bolts on normal TzHaar monsters outside of the city, not the ones that drop the armor. So I suppose it's going to be nice to compare the profit from the normal TzHaar monsters versus the ones that drop the armor pieces in the next upcoming video. So that'll be a nice comparison to do. And as you can see, we did end up getting 4 obsidian capes, 5 obsidian shields, and 1 obsidian knife. I actually had no idea that there was a thing called an obsidian knife. I thought there was just the sword, the mace, and the maul, but little did I know there's a mace as well. We also managed to get a decent amount of gems. That's about 27 dueling rings and 45 ring of recoils that are going to go on this Iron Man, so that's pretty nice. We also got 27 ensouled TzHaar heads, so a little bit of prayer XP there. And as you can see, the bulk of the profit comes from the shields and the capes. The shields are at 185k each, and the capes are almost at 500k each, which is just incredible. Comes out to be about 3.2 mil profit rounded up in about 29 to 32 hours give and take in 10,000 bone bolts. We also ended up with approximately 900k range XP throughout the making of this video, so not too bad, just almost a mil there. And I would say overall this video was definitely worth making. It was pretty fun, very safe spottable, and I look forward to seeing the comparison of this TzHaar monster versus the TzHaar monster that drops the armor pieces. So I think that's about it for this video, guys. I want to say thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing it. And if you have any ideas for what you want to see done for 10,000 bone bolts worth of content, make sure to leave a comment below. And until next time, guys, Mr. No Sleep out.